Where's our Washington?
All right, good morning. It is Saturday, March 4th. We're going to do a quick recap. 3-3 was a very quiet and short and quick day for me, but we did get 2 trades in and 2 trades closed. We do have 4 things that we're holding through the weekend. So on the screen, you can see the WordPress journal post site. Go back to the whole beginning of the year, the Marathon to a Million. Everything is there. I've posted everything for this coming week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But we're recapping day number 37, one step closer. So let's jump on that, jump on the trades, and let's get busy. All right, so Bible verse of the day was Proverbs 18:21, and that reads, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it and indulge it will eat its fruit and bear its consequences of their words." Song of the day, Darlene McCoy, "I shall live and not die." All right, my journal post reads, by definition, getting is the act of procuring, the act of changing. Isn't that what this whole Marathon to a Million was all about at the beginning? We were in a particular state, and we, like Obama 8 years ago, wanted to see change, a metamorphosis like a caterpillar to a butterfly. So on that note, congratulations. You have now passed the halfway mark. Well, at least in the sense of this leg of the marathon. 5K or 10K marathons all have halfway marks. And based on the structure of our journal, we'll be done by day number 84. So that makes this the halfway mark. Once we get to the end, we're going to take a few days off and get right back to it, starting back over at day number 1 with new and or modified goals. But in the meantime, know that you are actually doing it. You are well on your way to achieving your goals. Pat yourself on the back. Seriously, I'm pleased with you. I am sure your family is proud of you as well. I know that you are able to feel the momentum and positive energy building. Aspects of day trading that were intimidating, confusing, and awkward just 6 weeks ago are now becoming second nature. You're becoming an expert at achieving your goals, and I know that you are achieving a higher quality of life. You can clearly see some results already. So don't stop. You're halfway there, and I encourage you to build on the momentum you've already created. And I'll steal a quote from my superhero trader buddy friend, Eric Russell. Make the next 6 weeks epic. 2 trades. Let's get them. Here we go. JDST, shout out to the PDT restricted account. Killing it. 42% in February. In its first full month of trading. And I don't know how many trades it was, but everything that's tagged Robinhood on my trader view might have been maybe 8. I don't know. But solid play in right before the market opened. We tolerated a little press down at the market open, and it shot up to 22. We exited on time, 21.8. Robinhood did spin and buffer for a minute when I tried to change my stop, which actually ended up working out better for me. But when I put the second stop in, it went on through. I think that Robinhood gets bogged down that first 3 to 6 minutes of the day with the orders. But after that, they were pretty good. So other than that, Robinhood solid play in, out. And just like every other in and out situation, if I'm exiting JDST, I might, quite frankly, be long NUGT or expect downward pressure. And I think every last one of these spikes, I was out, downward pressure, out, downward pressure, out, downward pressure. The reason I'm getting out is I expect a rollover. So number one, you cannot short in Robinhood. So the inverse or the opposite play then there is to be long the NUG at the same time. So look at 954 yesterday morning. See if you could be long NUGT. I think you'd be quite pleased with the results of that one. All right, last trade, PT, CT. Shout out to my boy John. Nice bear flag action in the morning. Here we go. Big gap down, roll over, right? So we had a bear flag, roll down. Same thing today. Big down. Push up, roll back over. Nailed it. 1052 on the entry, 996 on the exit. It did fade down to the 970s, but I didn't want to sit and play with it. We made go tight stop. I think it might have touched 990. I might have touched 987. I think I had a 9-cent trail, or what equates to be a 1% trailing stop. We're out at 996 at 151, and we were out and about. So trading from the phone was doing it on the safe side. So 2 solid plays. That'll wrap up the play part, but let's get into our motivational video and then enjoy your weekend. We'll get back to it on Monday.
What is that watching?
All right, here's our video. This is big. Motivation is not garbage. I like this one.
Mass times the speed of light times the speed of light again produces energy. To say it another way, E equals mc squared. Probably the most famous equation in the world, Einstein's theory of special relativity. It changed how we live our lives. It ushered in new understanding of how we think about the world and of ourselves. It contributed to rapid developments in technology that served the best and the worst of human hopes, desires, and fears. It's special, it's elegant, but it's also an equation made up of variables. And variables matter. If the variables change, the answer changes. If the order or association of the variables change, you get a different answer. That's why it's not E equals M plus C squared, or E equals C squared minus M. It's E equals MC squared for a reason. Variables matter. So when you throw out variables, the answer goes out too. And if you believe that motivation is garbage, then you're looking at the wrong equation. If the question is, can I become something more in this life? Can I have my dream? Can I become that confident, decisive, and determined person I know is in me? Can I make an impact in this world? Does my life matter? If that's the question, the answer is yes. Yes is the answer at the end of that self-improvement equation, an equation that always includes motivation as a variable. So it's virtually impossible for me to agree with Mel Robbins when she says that motivation is garbage. To so completely and confidently dismiss motivation as rubbish is a misstep. Motivation is a variable. It's not some magical tool you pick up and suddenly your life changes. You lose the weight, you get the job, you beat the cancer. No, that's not what it is. Motivation is a variable. It's a piece of an equation that produces results, that changes lives, that captures dreams, and emboldens a spirit that shifts you from surviving to living. Motivation is a tool, but if you don't swing that hammer, you'll never drive that nail in. You'll never see the results. You'll never experience what else you can become. Motivation by itself does not work. Positive thinking by itself does not work. Mel's 5-second rule by itself does not work. They're all variables in an equation, tools to be used. But if you don't use them, you might as well stay in bed. It takes work to get results. It takes some digging to get answers. It takes resilience and commitment to get healed. It takes breaking some things, losing some friends, giving up the car, saying no to fast money when your lights are cut off at the house. It means putting down your phone and paying attention to the human being sitting next to you. Work is hard, and it hurts sometimes. But work is what drives that equation. E equals mc squared, mass and light dancing together. That's work. That's the E. That's how energy happens. It's not inspiration plus motivation plus positive thinking plus this 5-second rule equals results. No. It's inspiration times work plus motivation times work plus positive thinking times work plus the 5-second rule times work. Add whatever else you want to it, but multiplied by work. That's how you get results. No shortcuts. Saying motivation is garbage is like saying therapy is garbage. Therapy is a tool. It's a variable that leads to healing. If you put in the work, if you're willing to do the digging. Saying motivation is garbage is like saying AA is garbage. I can give you the tool. I can take you to AA, but it's hard work staying sober. Saying motivation is garbage is like saying good advice is garbage. Good advice works if you work it. Don't smoke. Good advice. So why do people smoke? Because it's hard to resist the impulse, to break the habit. Metacognition is basically you observing yourself think, watching your pattern of thought. And if you master being tuned into this, you can develop a skill that can help you break your mental habits, your bad mental habits, your mental sabotage. It works remarkably well, but only if you put in the work, only if you're committed to results. The 5-second rule. Mel's technique is awesome. It's simple, it's elegant. And if you use it, if you commit to it, you can change your life. But if you don't put in the work, it doesn't happen for you. It doesn't work. The 5-second rule is not garbage if it doesn't work for you. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you're serious but not sincere about making the changes you're talking about. I'm going to lose the weight. I know you're serious. You've been talking to everybody about it. You went out and bought the shoes. You bought the tracksuit. You joined the gym. But you won't get out of bed at 5 in the morning to work out. If you're sincere, you're willing to do whatever it takes. You're willing to make some hard choices. You're willing to be uncomfortable because the results you're going after mean something to you. All the variables work if you work them, if you're committed, if you're sincere. Changing your life is difficult work. It's lonely work. It can be painful work. But if you don't do the work, you'll stay stuck right where you are, in bed hitting the snooze button. And the reason I like Mel Robbins, the reason she inspires me, is because she found a way to get out of bed, literally. At a point in her life when all she could do was hit the snooze button and watch her life pass her by, she found a way to get out of bed, to get her life back, to get back in the driver's seat. She found her motivation. She wasn't ready to get out of bed, but she knew she had to. She knew there was still something in her that wanted to fight. So when she discovered something that gave her a new vision of herself, a vision of her blasting off and out of bed, it was just the motivation she needed. And then, you know what she did next? She started working. She started going through it. She started stretching herself. As Eric Thomas would say, she started grinding. Motivation is not about feeling ready. It's not about having everything you need to start that company before you start. It's not about having all the courage you need to leave that abusive relationship. It's not about having a guarantee that you won't drown trying to cross the Mediterranean because your home has become a war-torn mess. No. Motivation is about a persistent vision of yourself that your environment doesn't support, that your mind doesn't support. The things you're looking at, where you wake up, where you go to sleep, what you walk through doesn't support. A consistent vision of that. How can I be a good father when my father walked out when I was 2 years old? How can I be a good mother when I just had this baby and I'm not bonding with it and I'm depressed? How can I win when my entire life I've been called a loser? How can I love again when I've been broken and betrayed by love and I can't seem to trust my heart again? Motivation is about a vision. It's about a feeling that won't leave you alone, that says there's something else in you. It's about being stuck, being depressed, feeling abused and misused, and still holding on to a vision of yourself that Les Brown would say is speaking to you. That's telling you that your dreams are possible. It's possible. Motivation doesn't need you to be ready. But if you hold on and begin to commit to the vision of what's possible for you, it becomes a stimulus, a catalyst, an equation that can start something in you. Mel, I love you, but we need to get that motivation thing right. My name is Angelo, and I'm the motivator. We all need a boost sometimes, a little